Cool. Next subject, Zelda.
Oh yes,
Yes.
I was excited. I liked the visual style. Like Yon said earlier in the show, was just absolutely gorgeous, very beautiful. Link was running around with no shirt on. Like everything was great. There was a little bit of controversy where somebody was talking about why can't you be Link? What is it, Link-Yua or whatever?
Linkle.
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 Link-Yua.
Link-Yua. Oh wow.
Yeah, why can't? Well, I think it's better than fucking Linkle. How about that? Yeah. So there was a little controversy about that, and they were just like, what is Zelda gonna do if you can, or what is Link gonna do if you can be, the other character? But
about not being able to be a female character in the game.
But
yeah,
I don't care. I'm like,
Link is male. He's always been male. Like, let's leave it at that. I mean, I don't care.
Come on, guys. Like, come on. Like, appreciate this game because it looks great.
It does.
Combat looks fun. You can like chop down trees. You can cook food. It kind of has like a little bit of like survival elements in it.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think that's really cool. The world looks gorgeous, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't always enjoy these type of games. I like it. I'm on board. I'm gonna pick it up. Is it a Wii U exclusive, or is it going to be
their Wii U and NX?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then there you go. So, Ronan, how did you feel about Zelda?
First off, let's just knock it out of the park. That game visually looks fucking phenomenal.
Oh god.
Oh my god. I was like, the first reveal trailer they showed a while back looked fantastic, but seeing this again in motion, in actual gameplay, fantastic. And it makes me wonder just how much better the NX version is going to look when that comes out. So, lot of hype there, at least. And from what they showed in this gameplay demo, which you had to wait for through a fucking 45-minute Pokemon segment.
Which we won't be covering.
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
Okay, all right.
Got one more game after this, and I think
all right, cool.
Know what it is.
Oh my God. So yeah, watching that, I was very excited for what I saw, like the idea of, degrading weapons and stuff like that, using different weapons from your opponents you could take from their, when you kill them, you take different weapons. I thought that was really cool as well. But I think what has me kind of curious is like, when you find the Master Sword, because there's going to be a Master Sword in that game. There is in every Zelda game.
Maybe you can repair it.
I'm hoping, because that'd be kind of weird to have that break on you. You have to find a different sword to use instead. So I don't know what they plan on doing with that, but I like the idea of what they're going for with this, and the survival mechanics. Like if you go to a cold environment, you have to have cold gear on to fend against that. Or like heated environments and stuff like that. That all plays into the actual overall gameplay. And the idea of being able to tackle different dungeons any way you want to. That was the thing they did in a link between worlds in the 3DS, but they brought that over to this. I think it's fantastic. But I thought it was kind of weird and very almost un-Zelda-like when watching Link get blown up by his own bombs and then his body just ragdolled immediately. It seemed really weird to see that in a Zelda game. I'm just like, that was okay. Oh, okay, this is
Bethesda.
You guys are doing
that. You?
Like, really?
But
it's not going to be broken like that, is it? No.
It wasn't weird for Link to be running around without a shirt on, right?
No, of course not. People, have you seen Zelda fan art? Have you seen
Link's pretty ass? Like Young, yeah. Thoughts on Zelda?
My game of E3 2016, like not even close. I mean, all they did was show a trailer and then spend the whole day playing it.
Right.
And I mean, the trailer by itself blew me away, but like seeing it in action was visually, first of all, a feast for the eyes.
Absolutely.
A lot of people say the graphics look dated or whatever. I mean, fuck, what are you talking about? Like the art style is so
supposed to be like that's pretty.
It's so beautiful. It's so pretty. But just the idea of an open world Zelda with like inspiration from Western RPGs with like an inventory system that you can actually you can manage what weapons you have, and the fact that you have these rooms that you can like interact with the environment and use the physics engine to solve puzzles, hunting and gathering, and this world is ridiculous. It's the little section that they showed is the plateau. It's this little itty bitty part of the map that's pretty big by itself, and then you zoom out, and it's just endless. Like I hear the map is as big, like close to being as big as Xenoblade Chronicles X. Or is it X or is it just Chronicles? I don't know.
I think it's X.
I don't know, because X is pretty large as well.
Okay,
so
I think it's X. it's like around that size, and the plateau was only less than 2% of what you will be playing in the entire game. Only 2%, and we saw that much. And some people are saying it looks kind of barren. Well, Nintendo purposely left out towns and NPCs to avoid spoilers, so I'm all for that. This was all about showing the gameplay, what the core how the core mechanics have changed while maintaining that Zelda spirit. You still got the hearts, you still got items,
which I loved. I love when games will take like elements of genres, like the survival genre, and blend them into their own game rather than just make a game about that.
Right.
It's just an element of their game. That adds so much replayability and so much more fun to it. I've not been excited about literally any Wii game ever, but I am excited for this one.
I am thoroughly hyped.
Did they give us a release date?
March 2017. We don't know when in March, but it's March 2017.
But yeah, close enough. Close enough, I guess.
Oh, I'm tired of waiting for all these games.
It sounds like they're trying to have this thing released in time with the NX as well.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so far off.
NX launches on. They said in like an investors meeting that it launches on March 2017.
Yeah.
So they're trying to just launch this game with the NX because the Wii U just doesn't have a big audience base. So with the NX, they're trying to sell as much of it as possible by launching. It's basically Twilight Princess, what they did with the Wii, which is smart, I guess. But for Wii U owners who've waited for so long, I mean, they're really clenching and they really want to play this game.
I was literally debating getting rid of my Wii last week, and I was like, all I play is Mario. What am I gonna do? And then they were like, Zelda, and I was like, let me wait and see what happens. Now I'm not. I will be keeping it.
This is the one game that I just can't stop thinking about from E3 2016.
It was so cool. Like even when he was slashing the sword, he was like cutting the grass and stuff like that. Like that was just those little visual things are just great.
Yeah, it's so simple.
There's like things like shield surfing, for example. They showed that off.
Yeah,
that was really cool. And it's not like a case where you can just do that infinitely because the shield actually degrades as you're using that.
Yeah.
There's little things like that.
Remind me of Mario 64. Like
there was a lot of touches of that in that game, and I just think they nailed that really well in this. And for me, I'm an advocate of taking mechanics from other games, but if you do that, make sure you implement them really well and refine them really well. And I think this might be on the right track for that.
Yeah, on the topic of Mario, I feel like they drew a lot of inspiration from Mario for the shrines, which are basically 100 like mini dungeons. Where they haven't even talked about the big dungeons. Like we don't know how many there are of those. We just know that there's this huge map and you can go anywhere and do whatever the hell you want. And along with the dungeons, you have these shrines, 100 basically mini dungeons that are very puzzle heavy, and they feel like almost like Mario levels where they take these elements and they just sort of mix it around and they make you go through a level basically, and it just feels so expansive and like there's actually going to be so much content that's actually compelling scattered all throughout the world.
I'm so glad they're doing that because that's what. Remember back in when we were talking about the Phantom Pain, I was like, that's what they should have done. Is that they should have this great big level, and then there should be little mini levels inside of the level, like that extends the life of the game. Like I can just picture myself playing this new Zelda game for days on end.
Oh, and stealth. There's stealth in this game.
Yes, there's stealth. Yeah.
I'm gonna play stealthy. I'm gonna be Metal Gear all day long.
Yeah. So, it looks like everybody's pretty excited about the new Zelda, which is great.